Hi everyone, and welcome to the second part of Divine Healing, and this is You Are a Healer. And what I wanted to be working with you guys on is how you can start to clear yourself and work with your own, start to get feeling what it's like to have the energies working with you and through you. And we do have an aura that is around us, and it's this energy center that's not too far away from, your physical body, but it's there. And this area is where we absorb, a lot of energy from other people and situations and even places in our life. We're just absorbing all of these things all this time, and it's any wonder that we go to bed with a headache at night, or our back is aching, etc., etc. Any physical problem that you have in your life, now for example, I'm only talking about you now because then we'll work on other people later, but any physical problem that you have in your life is always stemmed from something that you've been thinking about mentally, or some behavior that you've taken on. And believe me, when you start to unravel the parts of your life, you'll be very, very surprised how you really do feel about certain people, and how you feel about yourself. You're always shown parts of yourself everywhere that you go. So the very first part of healing yourself is starting to write down things. And people go, no, I just want to get into the healing. But you can't heal yourself if you don't exactly know why it is that you've got, for example, a big swollen knee, or aching feet, or aching back, sore neck, tightness in your stomach, why you have problems with your bowel, and all of these things are all related. Your entire body is always related to other parts of your body as well. And where you might get a shoulder pain, it could actually be your hip that is in trouble. Not so much your shoulder, although you're feeling it in your shoulder. But why would that be there? And these are the issues that you need to look into in your own life. Now, there is a book, I'm sure a lot of you would have read it, Louise Hay's Heal Your Life. And in the next video, I'm actually going to get that book out, and we'll just go through some of the feelings that are in there and some of the physical symptoms that you may have. And once you get to know what these are, then you can start seeing this in other people as well, and you will know where to work on for the healing to begin. But you should always just start any type of healing on yourself and on other people first by quietening your mind, believing that you can do this, that it's your natural gift in life. Everybody has this wonderful healing ability. We just don't believe it because we've never been taught that way. You must believe it. You must trust in yourself and your ability to do anything that you want to do. And you must have the intention of doing nothing more really than bringing peace to yourself. And then you'll be able to give peace and healing to other people. So set the intention first with yourself. Calm yourself down just by closing your eyes and doing deep breaths. And if you listen to the Om intention, you could perhaps do a couple of the Oms there, and just that really helps you to relax down. Then what you would do is start your list of things, and straight away you'll have a physical ailment or something that's upsetting you all the time, or has been there for most of your life, or if not all of your life. And you need to write that down. For example, if you can't hear very well, or you were born deaf or deaf in one ear, ask yourself why you would give yourself that kind of challenge in life, and what have you learned from this, and what don't you want to hear. Do you really want to hear the whole thing? Do you really want to hear everything, or only parts of things others are saying, or on the news, or just for example? Really start to get to the bottom of things. Why do you think that you need to be more beautiful or attractive, or why do you think that your hair is horrible, or there's something that you need to change? Have a look at all these things. See if the problem within you is on the surface, or see if that problem is coming inside of you and causing a bigger problem inside of your body. For example, those people that have sore backs, this is a very, very common occurrence. For just about everybody gets a sore back. And it is from carrying extreme amounts of weight. And generally, when you are, having this sore back and neck as well, all of this area, you are carrying not only your own problems, but the problems of a lot of other people. Or, perhaps you've got an ex that you just cannot stop thinking about and they annoy you so much. How much do they weigh? Because you are carrying that person's energy on your back. And it's any wonder that some of our backs don't just snap in half. So look at these things like this. If you have got issues with breathing, have a look if you've got skin issues as well. If you've got rashes and things like that on your arms or psoriasis, chances are you've got sinus problems as well. And when you have got sinus problems and congestion in that area, then someone is really up your nose. Someone is you can't be yourself. You feel like you're always putting yourself last. And you may see patterns of this in your life, and there it is. You get this illness in the body. Cancer and issues like, terminal illnesses are all there from severe guilt that people have pushed down, and unforgiveness of themselves. So a lot of people might have anger towards another person and not be able to forgive them, but really they can't forgive themselves for something, whatever it is they think they've done. And if you notice, a lot of the times cancer will come between 35 and 40 years and onwards in our life. And so if you've had something that you've regretted or feel guilty over, or etc., and it happened when you were 15 or 20 years old, then you've had 20 odd years or whatever it is of pushing down and having all this pain. And it's no wonder that our body starts to break out in different areas, and break out with trouble and tumours and stress. Also, what we're eating has to come into it. I'm a raw foodist, and meat and dairy and fried foods, etc., I used to love, and I used to eat, and I used to think that vegetarians were really deprived people that could only eat carrot sticks, and I just was not educated about it. But when I pulled myself away from that way of thinking, and I went vegetarian first, I could see how angry I used to be, and how I used to have clouded thoughts, and how I couldn't get my spirituality right, and I felt that I couldn't. I didn't know how to do anything other than complain about things that were going on in my life, etc. And I feel like it's the hormones and the different things that we are putting into these animals, and there's not enough minerals in the ground. Even grain-fed cattle, for example, people say, I've got grain-fed food, but there's not enough minerals and vitamins in the earth, making the grass to feed these animals. So everybody needs some sort of supplement now. And you can see the damage that is going on to people's bodies that hundreds of years ago we didn't have so much of. Because there wasn't fast food and processed food and this, that and the other. So, look at your life and have a look at these issues, and have a look at health issues, and ask yourself intuitively what you think, why it is the reason that you've got this problem, and look deeper and deeper and deeper to facilitate a healing within yourself. Then what you are going to do is you are going to, as I said, sit yourself quietly, perhaps have some incense, quiet music, do a short meditation, and you are going to believe that the angels and guides and God and Jesus, of course, are working with you to facilitate a healing if you are ready for that to occur. You also have to give yourself time for this to come about, and drink plenty of water, and believe that the healing has already taken place, and your body is catching up to it. So when you've asked for a healing throughout your body, and you've done the half an hour of sitting there quietly and feeling this energy through your body, then you need to give yourself at least 4 weeks where you'll be drinking water and you will be experiencing perhaps aches and pains in the body, etc., as your body gets used to being in a natural state again, which perhaps it hasn't been in since you were born. Okay, so everybody, that is all that you really need to remember for the beginning, is that there are so many different issues in everybody's life, and every single one of you are a healer. You do not need a certificate. You do not need to go to somebody else. You can if you like, of course, but you don't need to do this. You need to just accept that you are as gifted as anybody else, and start raising yourself up in that way. Then when you are ready, as I said, you will do your meditation. You will call in your angels and guides. You will remain in a calm state, and you will start from the top of your body, actually above, right up the top here of your body. And a good practice is to imagine a golden light coming right down, and you slowly go down your body, all over, down the front, down your arms, all over your hands. And what you want to feel for is colder spots. So what you should feel is, if you've got nice calming energy, you should just feel nice and warm, but you can take this, your hands are out where your aura is, and you're imagining that the angels are working with you and you are completely protected, and you are feeling each part of your body, and you are sweeping away any negative energy that may reside in your aura, and you are continuing to do this. And the more that you do this, like say for example you are feeling a cold area around your throat, the more that you are asking the angels to work in this area, the more you'll find that your hands begin to warm up. Your hands are warming right up, and you are imagining that your throat is completely clear and your ears are completely clear, your eyes can see really, really well, and you're moving down the body. So as I was just doing that and showing you guys, I'm feeling really, really warm. So obviously I've always had some issues with my throat, because even though I've had physical injuries, etc., I worked out that that was only the surface issue. The real issue was that I felt, and this was hard for me to admit to myself, I felt that anything that I said would be stupid, and that no one would really want to pay attention to me anyway. So I refuse to talk much, especially when I'm out in public, etc. And also I worked out that in the past in my life, when I have decided to talk, speak up, etc., I've been cut off, and people didn't want to hear that, or there'd be an argument, or I was afraid there would be an argument, etc. So you can see how many layers can go on in someone's life, like how many different healing layers we each have, in crazy areas in our body. And we have perhaps pain in our elbow, perhaps that is a blocked energy section. So you could work on this, you're imagining this healing, and you're imagining golden light and green light. You are asking the angels to work with you to facilitate a healing. You are believing that, the healing is taking place within your body, within your mind, within your soul, everywhere. And then away you go. So you continue down your body, you're imagining this wonderful thing going on, and when you get to the end, it's a good idea just to flick any residual energy away from you. So you're getting rid of that, and you're going to actually take a nice big deep breath. Even though I do healing on myself every day, this has really cleared some energy here for me just by showing you guys how to do this. So once you can get used to just, okay, I'm working on my aura, I'm imagining all these wonderful things going on in my body, my circulation is awesome, my skin is awesome, I'm cleansing out my body, etc. Once you can get into this habit of doing this to yourself every day, then you can imagine also this healing going on in someone else's life. This is what is known as distance healing, and this is what I'm going to teach you guys in the next episode. So remember that you are a healer yourself. Please don't spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on somebody else if they don't first say to you, do you realize that you can do this yourself without needing me at all? If they don't say that to you, then perhaps you need to think about what you're doing. Remember that you can, change anything that you want in your body. It is mind over matter, it really is. You have the capacity to do this. You are as gifted as anybody else is. You are a natural healer. No doubt about it. So don't think that you can't do this. You can do anything that you want. Together we will do this, and I will show you guys just how I do things. And as I said, you do not need to listen to me if you don't want to. You can do whatever you like. You can do Reiki, you can do massage, you can do other therapies, but they will work a lot better if you're actually believing in yourself and trusting the process of healing to take place for you. So thank you for listening, and I hope you'll stay tuned for the distance healing. I'm trying to get through this quite quickly because on this particular channel I can't talk for a long time, so I have to break things up. So I'm sorry if I'm not making much sense. I'll do my best. So ask questions down the bottom and I'll try to help you there with anything that I can. So start with your aura, start slowly moving your hands down your body, asking the angels to be there and protection, etc., etc. And everybody, once you've got your auras clear, you are going to feel completely different inside your body. So this is where it all starts, is with your aura. So thank you again, like I said, for listening, and until the next video on distance healing, it's goodbye from me. Bye.